everybody, my name is Northy, and today we are starting off on the homepage here. I'm not going to go anywhere just yet, as last time I made the mistake of entering the website and finding out I was a prize winner there, rather than, you know, making it a surprise in the moment. So I'm doing that today. Really hopeful that maybe Star Powers did it again, but I think we got pretty lucky last week. Honestly, no clue as to whether we managed to do it again for any of the games. All I know is I accidentally switched out Angus Brayshaw and ended up being the biggest mistake of my life. So, congratulations Angus Brayshaw on getting 20 marks in a game. That's nuts. I hate myself for taking him out, but you know what? We'll talk more about that as we go in. As you guys already know, there was no preview for round 3. One, because I'm lazy, and two, I wasn't exactly ready for the round. I was planning on making the preview at some point during the weekend, but as the weekend went on, I kind of realized it's a bit late now, isn't it? So we're going to do the review here today, and hopefully things went well. I'll show you changes that I did very slightly. I'm not going to go too in depth with the changes I made. I'm just going to show you the results for the most part, but hopefully this week went well. So we're going to search up Teamcoach and let's see how we did. We go here and we are not introduced with a prize winner, meaning we did not win anything. Right, damn it. You know what? I expected that for making some bad decisions, but we go over here. This was the team that I came in with. I switched out Heaney for Parrish. Ended up not being good. You can see Parrish with 63 and Heaney with 84. So literally swapped with the worst one possible. I thought Parrish may have done well, but no, Heaney continues to be the best one I've got. Nonetheless, Paddy Cripps just remains to be absolutely killing the game this year. So Paddy Cripps was definitely the one. Hopefully I can get his team star powers at some point. I don't know. But Noah Anderson, bit of a quiet one, only 45 points. We go over to Luke Parker though. He got himself 62. So probably the best choice here out of all the ones I've got for the Classic. Which was good to get in double points as well. Noah Anderson, technically the best, but it could have realistically had somebody else in there. And Carl Amon definitely was up there as well, just not as good as he was in the first round, or round 2 technically. But it was top 25, or sorry, top 30 to get yourself a prize guy, and we were 59th. Not even close for the most part. Nearly double up, which is a little bit frustrating. We only got the 473 points. I'm surprised we didn't even get over 500. That's really disappointing. Would have been nice to get some other players in there to hopefully up it next time. But I'm thinking of some players who could help improve this. Definitely think we've got some in the pipeline ready to go. So hopefully next week this will be a little bit better. I may keep Luke Parker in hopes that he has a good game. Paddy Cripps will probably stay. I think I know who to switch out Heaney for, because although he's playing one of the best, I'm sure there's other supers out there, and I really want someone like Bailey Smith, team star powers in there, because Bailey Smith is very nice to have, especially in top team, as we're going to go to over here. This one, pretty disappointing. I switched out Angus Brayshaw, I'm almost certain it was, and as you can see, 131 points, 20 marks. Yeah, make fun of me, I don't care. I thought it was a good decision at the time, and I've just kind of been kicked in the nuts. Even Tom Stewart would have been better, but no, we went with Jack Crisp, who got himself 72 points. Not good for when you need to pick the best of the best, realistically, for this round. But nothing we can do now. We'll have to see what we can do next round. I'm probably going to keep it on Stewart for the moment, but nonetheless, we move over to middle. Christian Petrarca is never really a bad one to pick. However, look at all this, man. Look at all of these. And Petrarca only had the 69 compared to everybody else. Paddy Cripps looks like the one to pick at the moment. He looks like the one to go to. Tom Greens looks good every now and then, but it just looks like Paddy Cripps has taken it to a new level, man. We're going to put Paddy in there. He's obviously earned it. Tim English had an absolutely incredible game. Like, he was all over it. And although Grundy had a decent game, English just went crazy. Had a load more hitouts than I'm used to. Marks and tackles were really good. Loads of disposals from what he's used to. So that's a top-notch game from Tim English there. Really doing well in a contract here. He's doing absolutely amazing. But Brody Grundy, I'm gonna stick with him. I'm gonna stick with him. But I think we got to change up this forward line at some point. I don't know. Bontempelli, I think, can get there. He's definitely capable of playing amazing games, but so far he's had a pretty quiet one. Again, I think it's going to come down to sticking with your guns, making sure that you're picking the ones that you do think are going to show out, and then when they do show out, you had the trust in them to absolutely go crazy for you. So These two I'm definitely going to change up. I think it's going to be Cripps next week, and I think Tom Stewart's probably going to change to someone else. I just don't know who. He's a great intercept mark, so he's really, really good in that sense. And he got a lot of disposals too, but disposals aren't everything. They really aren't. You can get 40 disposals and get yourself 80 game points, but if you get 1 tackle and no marks, you're not really a standout. You're kind of bang average, so you hope like that you get players like Angus Brayshaw who have high disposals and a lot of marks, because 20 marks is ridiculous. Nonetheless, you can't always predict it, although I did have him in my top 18, but you'll see I switched him out. I made the decision, the really poor decision, to switch him out. You can see he's nowhere in here. I think I decided Jeremy Howe over him because he'd been playing better. Oh man, what a poor decision that was. Angus Brayshaw showing me up with Jeremy Howe getting 51. So that's 80 on the board right there. And if we go and check the ladder, we were 14th. It literally would have gotten us. It literally would have gotten us a top 10 spot. That is actually like really rude and not nice. Wow, I didn't realize we were that close. That's really frustrating. 14th. Oh man, 1353 there. We gotta hope and pray that next time it's a bit better. That's really all I can do. It really was just the horrible decision of putting Jeremy Howe in there instead of Angus Brayshaw. Hayden Young had a pretty okay game. Wasn't anything crazy. Only had the 53 points. But Jeremy Howe, deciding him over Brayshaw was the worst decision to make. Oh, that's really, really frustrating. But Lachie Neale had a quiet one. Jack Steele had a pretty quiet one for what we're used to. He had the 79 points, but 32 disposals. It's just the marks and tackles that he usually gets. Hasn't been getting those in these last couple games. Especially the marks, you can see. Averages 1 at the moment. But we keep moving. We look through all here. Grundy's going to stay here, I think. I may switch him up with English. I may make the switch, see what happens. But I don't know, English, he feels like a bit of an on and off player, and he was definitely on against Sydney. The entire Dog squad was on against Sydney, so good on them for that. You'll see here, I have no North Melbourne players. At the moment, that's kind of, you know, a choice I've made because I'm in quite an angry fit. I'm not feeling good right now, but it's the forward line that's really, really interesting to me. Dylan Moore has surprisingly become a really, really interesting choice. He ended up being my best player for the forward line. We got Bonson here. Joe Danaher had a decent game, but again, he was up against North. Kind of expected. We go here to Tommy Hawkins. 57 points. I think he kicked a couple goals, but yeah, it's the marks and the disposals. The disposals got to go up, but again, when you're a key forward, you're not expected to get many disposals. Most of your stuff is supposed to come through goals and, you know, kicks and all that stuff, and your marks. All of that is really where it's most important. Luke Jackson, I'm surprised, only had the 55. I know he plays ruck a couple times. He can kick a couple goals every now and then. He did against Gold Coast back in round 2. So pretty disappointing. We weren't able to get a full performance out of him. And like I said, Lachie Neale had a bit more of a quiet game with the 69 points. He had a lot of disposals, but again, I say it all the time, it's these two. It's these two that make it up at the end of the day. You can see here, that makes 54 points. 27 disposals in a bad game. But 3 and then 12 makes 15 in total, gives us 54 plus 15, 69, which is definitely not the kind of game you want to see. Clayton Oliver, though, 103 points. Josh Dunkley, he was really, really good to start last season. I may have to chuck him in again, but I just don't know who I feel confident chucking him in for. The back line, there's a few that I'm not confident with. Same goes with the forward line. But the midfield, for the most part, I'm happy with. I was thinking about putting Took Miller in, but he was tagged heavy against, I can't remember who he played against, who Gold Coast played against. GWS, that's right. He was tagged really, really heavy in that game, so he didn't get that many disposals, didn't have that great of a game. If we can try and find him. We've got Matty Rao there, who did better than Took. Took only had the 52 and 17 disposals, which is completely out of the norm for Took. But again, it's quite hard when you've got someone following you the entire game. Degoe remains one that I like having in my forward line. However, I think he's suspended for a week or so. I'm not too sure. Definitely gonna have to switch that up though. I'm gonna have to check up on the matchups to see who did well and where and who they're playing up against, because I think that's where it's going to be most important next week. But nonetheless, 14th with this team minus Brayshaw for Howe. It's not a bad result, but man, it does leave a sour taste in your mouth. You definitely feel a top 10 in there and you just miss it. It's not nice, but we're going to go over to top 4. What did we get for top 4? 124th. We got 310 points position. Terrible. We're still in the top 40, which is quite nice actually. But we really got to try and find ourselves a big round. We've got to try and find ourselves a clearing round that hopefully does well for us. But nonetheless, it's all you can do for a week. Surprisingly, after a win with Star Powers, we've gone ahead and let Star Powers be our worst one. But we're going to have to try and mix and match here and there to improve next week and hopefully find the right matchups for our players to thrive with. But we go over to our tips. I didn't show the tips, however, I still did them. We got 7 out of 9 again. I had guessed Melbourne correctly, Collingwood, Sydney, Carlton. Wait, hold on. No, this is for round 2. But we're still 7 out of 9. Still, you know what I had said. Nonetheless, we got the Dogs right. We got the D's right. We had picked Port. I thought Port maybe would have been able to pull it out. But obviously that kick after the siren, Dawson winning the game, that changed that one up. We go down here, Gold Coast versus GWS. I really thought Gold Coast were going to have a game, but I think the tag on Took, it really exposes that team. Took is a very vital player for that team, and if you take him out, the team becomes a little scrappy, and so GWS were able to take that one quite convincingly. But this one was looking sketchy. Geelong versus Collingwood. Didn't expect that one to go the way it did. I thought Collingwood were going to have it, but Geelong storming back. What else can you say? It was a great comeback from them. The less said about this, the better. Carlton versus Hawthorne. Surprisingly, and I thought this was going to be a rout. I really thought Hawthorne may have been a team of fakers for a couple of weeks, but they came back. They made it really close. They showed that they're definitely competitive this year. A 1-point loss to Carlton, who are on fire right now. Really, really exciting stuff at the moment from both these teams. Happy for them both. However, as a North fan, a little bit salty. But Saints beating Richmond, I'm surprised. I still went with the Saints. I really thought that maybe Richmond would have been the better choice, but it could have been the fact it was at Marvel. I'm pretty sure it was at Marvel, but I think that was the ultimate decision as to why I picked St Kilda. And yeah, nonetheless, Max King had a great performance and led the Saints to the win. So good stuff to them. And yeah, Eagles just look a little disappointing. Coming off a COVID week, it's not looking great. Fremantle able to take that one quite convincingly. So another 7 out of 9, man. Well, I'm really expecting a 9 out of 9 soon with the way we're going. 2 7 out of 9s is not bad. So hopefully next week we can keep it up. Hopefully not too many shocks. I hate seeing this because I know, bang, got to pick Sydney there. Oh man, I have no faith in my team right now after what I saw against Brisbane. It's disappointing, but hopefully with the preview, I can show you guys who I tipped, and we can be a bit more on the page with that. With the preview, hopefully I'm on top of that one by the time it comes out. But that is it for the review of round 3. Really, really close to another prize card. 4 spots off. So hopefully next week, with a bit more of a tactical switch up, we can get some better results. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw and want to show me your results as well, be sure to follow me on Instagram at NorthyAFL. And if you enjoyed the video in general, be sure to leave a like, comment down below any video ideas, suggestions, constructive criticism, and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.